Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. A little bit of a different backdrop today because I can't get at my desk. So much stuff. We have got stuff everywhere. We're real busy at the moment and everything is up in the air. But that doesn't stop us trying to get a video out for you guys. So what we've done, we videoed our Neoholothele incie golds last week, I think it was, about a week or so ago. And so we've done that. We've got that video out, and that is what you're going to be taking a look at today. These are really pretty spiders. So without further ado, let's go over and have a look and see what the action unfolds. Well, here we have our Neoholothele incie gold. Now, this is the gold form of the incie olive, and there's our male. He's literally just charged straight in. Now you can see there the tub we keep him in is just a small tub. Now an interesting thing actually, you look at the tub that he's in, you can see his blue water dish, he's got water in it. Our males actually use quite a bit of water. Our females, not so much. And when we done our pairing of the incie olive, we had a few comments to say that there was a dry water bowl. Now if you look in this one is also dry. That is our female's water bowl right next to our male. He's just starting to give a little bit of a shake on there, letting her know that he's around. But although the water bowl is dry, if you look at the substrate in which he's standing on, you can see the moisture level in that substrate is quite high. So it's quite damp in that corner. Now regarding the water bowls, what we do is we tend to fill them up on a weekly basis when we check our spiders. So we go through them, we feed them and we water them, and then that is them done for the week. Unless it's a particular species that does actually use a lot of water. And there are a few, not many, but there are a couple that that like a fair bit of water. Our funnel webs are actually one. They tend to use a reasonable amount of water. So that's the workings behind the water bowl. Now obviously if we have a spider that does require it all the time, then we make sure it's kept filled up. But generally speaking, the vast majority of what we keep is good to go for like a week. So we fill it up, that bowl will stay filled up for 3-4 days before it evaporates completely, and that's it. So they have a couple of days dry, and then there's no problem at all to them. Now there's our female. You can see where she's hiding away in her lair. She's just coming through. She knows he's there. Now this is the same as the olive, the incie olive that we filmed a week or two ago. These guys have both been in these new boxes about a week. So it's quite interesting to see just how much webbing they've done in that short period of time. Now there's our male. What an absolutely stunning looking individual he is. Very pretty spider. I'm not quite sure what colour we would call him. He's not so much gold, he's almost like a rose gold. Very pretty individual. And you can see, as with the olives, the males are quite small in comparison to the females. They're quite a dainty little spider. So we can see there that he's tapping away. You can see the webbing on the floor that's all around him. This is communicating. Every time he taps or vibrates, that sends a message through that network of silk right the way up to where she is in that lair. And quite often we can drop a roach down in that corner where he was there then, and she will feel it and come out looking for it, come out hunting. Now you can see there that she's responding. She was just tapping very gently there with her pedipalps. Now she's on the move. She's obviously keen to go and see who this young fella is that's knocking at the door. Now you see we're not really getting much in the way of shaking from our female. It's more tapping. Now these really do web up really well. Here we go, look. See our male there? He's starting to vibrate. There we go, she's talking back now. Fascinating how these guys literally communicate. It's like they're very polite. It's like they take it in turns to speak to one another. Here we go, he's plucking up the courage now to make that final move. Interesting to see that our female is actually going to meet him halfway. Yeah, she's maybe being a little bit too forward for him. He's thinking twice about it. And he's making his retreat now. Now you'll see that as he's walked away, she has actually slowed down. She's not communicating so much. He's literally just in the bottom of the picture there. Here we go. Now as soon as he's moved, now you can see he's actually turned round and he's now facing her, and she responded straight away. See, now he's waving. Quite cautious but direct at the same time. Here we go. Whoa. A little jump there from our female. Something weren't quite right. This is where it would be interesting to fully understand what each of those taps and vibrations mean. It's not put our little male off. Look, he's turned around, he's going to face her again now. Now this is quite often the case with many of the spiders. It's almost like our female is testing our male to see what kind of courage he has. Now he's not done a runner. He's coming back down to see her now. What we're looking for now is that initial contact. That will be the telltale sign as to whether we go into full combat or we go into getting to know one another. There you go, he's responding now. Vibrating, a little bit of tapping there as well. You see our female has been quite static. She's not done anything at all. Here we go, she's just starting to move now. Now this whole process was relatively quick with these guys. I think it took around about 40 minutes, and we were there. We'd done the whole job. So as a spider to get into breeding, if you're a newcomer to breeding and you want to try your luck, there you go. We've got first contact there. Notice how much more relaxed our female is now. It's like she's tested him. He's proven his worth, and now she's quite happy to get to know him a little bit better. And once we get that first contact, this is the time now we can sort of relax a little bit. We're always there ready just in case. And you'll often see with the angle of the male, if his back legs are stretched out, they are like springs, and they are ready to literally just pull him out of danger at a moment's notice. You can see there he's trying to maneuver her front legs so that he can actually lift her up. This is all looking really, really good. Yes, and as we were saying, if you're wanting to get into breeding, these are an ideal spider to actually have a go with. Be it a dwarf spider, they're nice and small, you know, they don't get no bigger really. And because they're a heavy webbing spider, you don't have to worry about them tearing around too much. They do like to stay within their webs. Look at how she's angling her body. Very curious. She's almost coming on sideways there. He's persevering. He's trying to line her up. It's almost like she's trying to get round the side of him. He's being quite persistent, which is good. She's still testing him out to see what way he's going to go. So yes, these are an ideal spider to have a go and try for yourselves. They're relatively quick in terms of breeding and in terms of actually dropping a sack. So we should be looking at, you know, within a month, 6 weeks, hopefully we would have a sack from this female once we've had a successful insemination. So they are relatively quick in terms of what they're actually doing, from pairing to dropping a sack and then to youngsters. And of course, once you do get a viable egg sac, you can allow it to stay in there and hatch with mum. She will look after them, and then you can catch your baby incies as and when you want them. They will stay in there for quite some time without any problems at all. So everything about these is tailored for the amateur breeder. You know, for those that have never bred a spider before, these are really, really worth giving a try. Now you can see there now that he's managed to lift her legs up, and he's holding her there, but we're not looking at trying to inseminate at the moment. He's literally just resting. He's just holding her. She seems quite relaxed at the moment. This is just where we need to be. Now quite often with these guys, when the insemination takes place, it's very quick. So he will actually position the female, and then when he feels safe enough, he will reach under, try to inseminate, and then he will back off rather smartish if she changes her mood. Now you can see this actually interesting thing when we're saying about the size. That is a milk bottle lid, that water bowl, and as you can see, our male fits quite snugly inside it. Our female is just a little bit bigger. So they're not very big spiders at all. And they're relatively cheap, so ideal things to have a go with. There we go, he's almost... There we go, he's thinking about it now. You notice how his body is far more under hers now. And we can't actually see the pedipalps from this stage, but that is his 2 front pairs of legs holding her up, and his pedipalps will be underneath. And from this angle, what we're looking for is that abrupt movement of our female. Whoa, there you go. That was very close. That's our female that's actually doing that jolting. He was probably very, very close to inseminating then. There you go. We are not far away now, I'm sure. There you go, see him reaching under now? He's trying. And actually, you see, oh, there you go, there's insemination there. She didn't take too kindly to that. And she did try and grab our male there, but here she is. Look, she's run back straight down into one of her burrows, and now she's come back out the other side. So we had a successful insemination. There's our male. Now this is an awkward time now, because she could end up stalking our male, with regard to trying to eat him, or they might just get it on again and start the courtship all over again. So our male's looking fairly relaxed. Here comes our female again. You notice there's no tapping. Our female is not tapping at all, so we need to keep an eye on her. At the moment she's giving signs that food is more on her mind than procreating, so we need to keep an eye. Just watch her, just make sure what's happening. You can see also with our male, he is just walking off. He's not actually turned around. We're getting a little bit of vibration from him. There we go. It is now starting to look like our female is more in a stalking mood. Well, yep, look, there you go. She's made a little jump for it there. Yep, our male has decided it may be a good time to actually leave. He's now climbing up the side of the box. Now this is a difficult time now because, oh, look at that crafty spider. Do you see that? She just started tapping in as if to say, come on back, everything's okay. Don't trust a little buddy. She's got devious written all over her. Look, you can see we're in there with a paintbrush now because we've seen the signs now that our female is trying to play a little bit crafty. She's trying to tease him into a false sense of security. So what we're looking at now is we want to try and get our male to walk up the side of this box and out of the box, preferably. Now we've got two options. We can, whoa, look at that. You had a little try for it there. Now we could have tapped our female and got her to, you know, spook her so that she goes back in. Look at her, she's in the mouth of her burrow already. Now our male is on the front of the box now, and we're just going to get his home. It's just a little one. Notice how we use the lid to stop him from running back inside that enclosure. And there you go, we got him nice and easy. Very simply done. Well done, little guy. Well then, they really went for it, didn't they? They're a funny little spider. Now, they are really, really pretty. Now, I've got to apologise. Can you hear our mossy frogs? You hear them? Yeah. They're in the mood for love. And to be fair, they've just not stopped. Dirty little buggers. Right. Our Neoholothele incie golds. Now then, it took a little while for them to get going, but it's so interesting to watch how they communicate to one another. I just wish we could really fully understand what it is they're saying. And it was interesting as well that once we watched them, we watched the pairing, and then you saw that when we had the insemination, our female then changed her position and she went to try and grab our male. Now, this is possibly due to the fact that everything was very subtle and nice up until that point, and then at the last moment you got that violent act where the insemination takes place. This obviously is quite shocking to our female, and she reacts in an aggressive way. So she tries to grab that male. Now, he is super quick, and he was gone. He was out of there. And then they ran off in different directions. She went back to her lair. He ended up on the floor. Now, an interesting thing was we left them to it because sometimes they will come out and they will go again. They will try and copulate again. Now, this is always worth doing, but you must pay attention to your spiders. As we saw in this video, our female, she eventually came back out, but you'll notice our male gave the very odd little tremor in the very beginning, and then he sort of eased off and he started to walk away. Our female was actively stalking our male, and you can see the difference in her behavior, the way she holds her body, the way her legs move. You can see the whole thing. It's all very different. Now, so once we realized what was going on, we were literally hovering above with the paintbrush just in case, and we were just about sort of thinking to ourselves, maybe which way are we going to go? Are we going to try and touch our female so that she spooks back into her lair, which gives us space to remove our male? or should we just try and get our male to walk up the side and out? Either way would work. When the male is on the side like that, it's quite easy to catch cup him as well. We can do that. It's all about securing that male. And then before we could literally decide which way we were going to go, she pounced and she had a go. He was already aware of what was going on. But the interesting thing was, you could see she came out and she gave a couple of little taps. And that was literally, she was just trying to get him into a false sense of security. Very, very sneaky spider. Sneaky behaviour. And fascinating to actually watch. Really cool footage. Now, he, as you saw there, he was out and we managed to pick him up and get him out. You'll notice when we put the his tub up against the bottom underneath him on the front of that enclosure, we used the lid to block his access to stop him from going back inside. Very important that you don't allow him to get back in, because as soon as he realizes you're going to try and catch him, he will do everything in a fast way. You know, he's going to sprint. The last thing we want him to do is to sprint inside that enclosure. But yeah, we got him out and he's fighting fit, ready for another day. So that is him, all well and done. Now, we said in the video that we need to, these are an ideal spider if you want to get into breeding. If you want to try your hand at breeding, give these guys a go. They're relatively cheap to buy, they're very easy to look after, and they're relatively simple to pair up. You may lose your male, you may not, but that's all part and parcel of learning what it's all about. So yeah, an ideal beginner spider for all you budding amateur breeders. Give them a go. They are absolutely fantastic. And failing that, they're just an awesome spider to keep. Really, really cool. All right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And we have many, many more to show you in the coming future. Lots and lots of very interesting spiders. We've just managed to pick up some new ones, some new species that we've not shown before. So they are going to be in the wings, and it won't be long. We'll start doing some rehousing and checking those species out. All right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.